Hi, welcome to modifications for people who have diastasis recti or other core and back injuries that are working through clean week. And if you don't know what clean week is, leave a comment below and I will help you find it. It's a very simple week of fitness and nutrition that is available through Beachbody On Demand, and it is fantastic. So if you're like, where do I even begin? How do I get fitness back into my life? How do I do the simple changes that need to happen? How can I do that within the life that I'm already leading? Clean Week is your solution, and not only that, but you can reach those workouts for free right now at beachbodyondemand.com. We're giving it away for free to show you how easy it is to get started. But here's the thing, as with everything, I do additional modification videos because there are a lot of people out there suffering with a specific core injury called diastasis recti. And if you don't know what that is, check out carryfit.com. There's lots of information on diastasis recti, why it happens, what it looks like, the beginning stages of help and recovery. And what I like to do is I like to get people started in a week of foundational help so that they can start progressing forward into their personal healing journey. And yes, you can do it all at the same time. You can do fitness, food, and healing all at the same time. That's when I see the most progress happen. Trying to compartmentalize each of those pieces makes the recovery much longer and frustrating. So taking the body, treating it as a whole, that's what we want to do. And Clean Week is super easy to modify. That's such great news, right? So after you watch this video once, you'll be empowered now to modify where appropriate as you're going through these workouts. There are 4 things that I want you to remember. Jot these down if you have a pen and paper right now. They are above the shoulders, plank, twist, and on the floor. Above the shoulders, plank, twist, and on the floor. If you remember those 4 things and then these 4 solutions I'm going to show you, then you are golden for starting on Clean Week. If you don't have a coach to help you through Clean Week, comment below or send me a message. I'm Carrie at carryfit.com, and I will get you in my next Clean Week group so that you can get my help personally. Truly. So start with number 1. It was shoulders, right? If you have diastasis recti or any kind of core injury, then taking weights above your shoulders can be dangerous to that injury, and it can cause some lower back issues as well as open your injury back up. So when you see her go into any kind of shoulder press, she does the Arnold press, I know, in strength, that instead I want you to go into upright rows. When you do your upright rows, keep your back nice and tall, keep your shoulders back, keep your core engaged and navel up and in. If that terminology is not part of your daily terminology, then look at my videos on core engagement. That will help you. What you're going to do is you're going to zip up your overalls all the way to your clavicle, and the elbows are higher than the shoulders. So when the elbows go up, the shoulders go down like this. That way you're working the shoulder and the upper back, and you're being safe on your core muscles. We will never be throwing weights around like this. You just saw what my belly did when I did that. That's very dangerous. We want to lift weights that are in control and using the correct muscles and keeping the core engaged. So there's your shoulders solution. Solution number 2, planks. There are so many different types of planks in Clean Week, which I appreciate and love. However, if you have a core injury, then the full plank from hands and toes is too long of a lever. What I like to do is just shorten the lever. So all we need to do in any kind of plank is get the knees down to the floor and the hands under the shoulders. So from the side, I'm like this. If you can keep this in control, tummy muscles in, back nice and flat, great. And then start playing with moving your lever back. The moment that it feels like you have lost core engagement or your back starts to do that, see what my back is doing, then you need to bring your knees in closer. Very important to keep that back solid and keep the core engagement, tummy muscles tucked in on any and every kind of plank. She loves inchworm. So when you're doing inchworm, which means a roll down, you're rolling down, get the knees down right away and walk the hands out to a plank. Okay, so that's our plank solution in clean week. Number 3 was twisting. There are several areas where she does lunge twists in all different kinds of angles. Just take the twist out. You will still be doing work. So in the beginning of core function, when she's going across the body like this, you're not going across the body. If you zip the navel up and in, get your core engaged and let that help you lift your leg at the same time that you're pulling your arm down, guess what you are doing? You are strengthening the inner core muscles, which is exactly what you need for your core strength. Super important. Just take the twist out of it. When you go into any kind of lunge, whether it be front to back or to the side, just take the twist out of it. Also, in any kind of leg activity, for whatever reason, if we're having trouble, the first thing that our brain wants to do is push our abdominals out to get us out of that position. That is probably the worst thing that we can do for our injury, right? We know that if we're pushing out through the abdominals, we're just reopening the whole issue. So just make sure that you can get out of the depth of your squat or the weights that you're lifting while keeping the tummy muscles up and in. And if you can't, then reduce your range of motion or drop the weights or take a moment, breathe, and jump back in when your legs are more capable of carrying themselves. Okay? And then the final thing, of course, is when we get on the floor to do any kind of core work that's lying on the back. As you know, when you lie on your back, if you have diastasis recti or a core injury, both feet cannot lift off the ground at the same time, just one. Also, the head should not lift off the ground. The head needs to stay down. So let's get down to the floor safely and let me give you a solution when that comes up in clean week. I'm going to turn my mat just a little bit so you can see me better. Okay, so there it is. So we get down on the floor on our side and we roll onto our back safely, right? Find a nice long position where we can tuck the tailbone under us, engage the core, ribs stay down, shoulders away from our ears, and they're flat down on the floor. Solution number 1, the single leg press. Bringing the leg up, push it with your hands. Set it down, other side, exhale, and push it with your hands. What happens here is there will be a circuit that happens from your upper through your lower body that causes the core muscles that you want to use correctly to kick on. So that's solution number 1. Solution number 2 is a single leg march. Focus on the right side, up and down, not all the way into your chest, just right up over the hip bone, and then the other side up and down. So you should be able to feel that the core muscles are staying pulled up and in and engaged. If you have a really hard time, then I want you to bring your feet in closer, and I want you to just lift the heel at first until you get used to that motion, and then start to lift the toe. The tummy muscles should be able to stay up and in. If they can't, just default back down to the heels. Okay, and then to get out, what do? You turn onto your side using your hands to get up and out of it. Those are my solutions for all of clean week. How exciting is that? You can now get started. You have those 4 solutions ready for you. Go back and review this if you need to. I appreciate you listening to me today. There are lots of modification videos on my YouTube account. Look up the workout that you're working on for additional help with your modifications, and go to carryfit.com if you need help with your injury. I do have a full system that can help you from beginning to your exit plan of healing your injury, and I'm very excited to share that with you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Enjoy the rest of your workout.